damn, you're good. Yeah,
It's
really.
not about me being good, by the way. It's about you doing this for
Okay.
them, right? But who do
Yes.
you want to see? For you, like, what did you find most helpful though from those videos that you watched and the testimonials and the interviews?
The interviews, actually, because I'm in the YouTube automation game since 2024, but that's when I discovered, and it was like, yeah, fancy, I will do it on the side, but doing it on the side, it never really got results. And I was also in a group, and I still am in that group, but I feel like I get so many tools, but not the guideline.
Yeah.
So the interviews and the testimonials that you showed really showed me, okay, so they have a guideline and show me how I can actually use all the tools and get starting. Yeah.
Makes sense. So for you, you've been in this space doing this for a little while, since 2024. When you say you didn't get the results that you wanted, why do you feel like you didn't?
I feel like I didn't because I was always pursuing my passion rather than seeing it as a business, and also not knowing how to use the tools that I have. And I also, wanted to edit my videos myself, do the voiceover myself, do the scripting myself. And previously I was like ready to invest in some freelancers, and still I feel like, okay, I'm putting my money into a channel where I'm not even sure if the niche is worth it. And what I really liked about your service is that you double proof the niche as well.
Yeah.
And that you have a big database of freelancers that are like way less than the ones I found on Fiverr or Upwork. And I found that really appealing on the long term as well. Yeah.
It's like finding a needle in the haystack when you're looking for people to work with, right? It's very, very long. Yeah. So for you, like, we want to achieve the results through YouTube automation. Like, for you, what are you actually looking to achieve personally through this business and seeing success in it?
Well, of course, it's not just for passion, it's for a business, and every good business makes good money. And even better, if at one point my goal would be to outsource everything and even have a manager who can manage the channels, and every once in a while I just tune in and see how it's working. And was that the question, or was it?
Yeah, well, overall, yeah, we want to scale. Like, it partially answers it as well. Like, I asked what you're looking to achieve personally, and that's what you're looking to achieve through business. But through success and through scaling and through hiring a manager, like, what are you looking to achieve personally outside of business, through business?
Okay, got it. Personally, if I give you a little background about myself, I work as a model, and it can be either super time consuming, and on the other hand, you have like a month where you do nothing at all, or you do unpaid work, or you work on a Sunday until 2 a.m. like real actually happens, and I'm like, do I really like do this because I like it or because I get paid well when I work? And I realized it's like both of them, and I would rather like get the freedom to just choose the work that I would really like to do because I like the art as well, and not because I'm like I have to do it because of the money. And on the other hand, I would also like, the typical thing, support my family,
of course,
and teach others, and put my time into something that is more profound and purposeful than just an image. I think
like
automation would be the funding for that. Yes.
Yeah. For you, like, working these hours, wanting more freedom, wanting something more profound and purposeful. How long have you been doing the modeling for, by the way?
Since 5 years.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you seeing with your modeling stuff? Like, I know it's quite long hours, but what are you seeing with what you're doing that makes you feel like it's not profound or purposeful?
Yes.
Like, what specifically is coming up in the modeling that isn't profound for you personally?
Very good question. I'm happy you asked, because honestly, I would have to go deep inside me to really answer that. I think I love a huge aspect of it. I dedicated 5 years of my life to it and moved to another city, etc. The whole game. And now I meet so many people who just want to be someone known and famous in the industry. And it's really like sometimes ridiculous to me if they can just, we are not curing cancer.
Right.
We're just making an editorial or shooting for some magazine that almost no one knows, and a lot of people are like, oh, they pretend as if they are like rescuing the world, but they're not. And I'm like, okay, go. I would like to actually do something more profound than that, or dedicating my life to some other hobbies.
And it sounds like giving back to your family as well would provide that sense of profoundness. So for you, like, what's your family done for you throughout your life that you want to give back to them for?
Well, putting on the wings and teaching me how to fly, I would say. Yeah, like definitely traveling the world, not being afraid of going out. However, I would love to, for example, my father used to gift us trips, like on our birthdays, like the bigger birthdays, like 18, 16. And I would love to gift him a trip one day, and not just like a random one, but a really like fancy one, first class, Tokyo, nice hotel. And the same for my mother, because as long as I'm looking back, she's really stuck in her mindset, not going anywhere. She's not working either. And I've had the sense that she's struggling with her money. So I would love to just, be the helping hand somehow.
Where does that sense come from? Like, that she may be struggling?
What she's telling me.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
what she's saying.
Yes, like, well, she's just saying from here and there that it's not easy, and she would like to travel but she can't.
Okay.
And also like I would love to renovate our like the house where she's living in, you know, like little things where I'm like, okay, I'm her daughter, but I managed to have different standards for my life, the way I want to travel and the way I want to live, and I would love to show her that she can have those standards too somehow.
Of course, yeah. No, I respect that. And by the way, I respect the honesty and the vulnerability. Like a lot of people in the space as well, like, you know, professionals with full-time careers, they find it hard to open up about what they're going through, what they want, and I respect the vulnerability and I acknowledge it, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you for asking. I didn't expect to, you know, like the other, like I was having another call, but like 4 months ago with another YouTube automation class, and I really could sense that guy was just about selling. And I was like, oh, okay, that is already like the first red flag. Yeah, so it's a really good question.
I mean, it's part of my job, but what I care about is you making the right decision for you, like whether it's this or something else, right? Like I want to make sure that you do the right thing for you and your parents, right? So you have that sense of like fulfillment and like purpose, right? Whether it's this or not. So overall, knowing that, like you've been wanting to get some help with YouTube automation for a while, right? And we've wanted this opportunity to see, you know, more freedom in our lives, but also to give back to the people around us and also have a sense of purposeness. Overall, like, you know, since 2024, you did say that you've been doing a lot of stuff within the business yourself, but why do you feel like it hasn't happened yet overall?
The videos haven't been interesting enough. Maybe the niche as well. I tried in fashion history. Since I'm a model, I was like, okay, I will learn about fashion either way. So why not making a channel about that? And I never did my research until I found out, okay, actually there are not that many channels getting views. So the topic alone is like not even that interesting. Plus I'm not the most skilled editor, so my videos haven't been that great too. And I think it's just the mix, but something inside of me still really wanted to make that channel work. And because I was already putting so much time into it, and inside of me, I also know maybe it's time to move on to another channel, but which one? And that's where I get stuck. The fear of losing again sometime.
Okay. Where does that fear of losing come from?
Well, that's a deep question.
Because did you know that fear is actually a learned trait, by the way? I learned this recently.
Tell me about you. Like, what did you do about that?
So yeah, I just started working with somebody who's, you know, coaching me one-on-one. Like I've, you know, worked with coaches myself. I found this really interesting thing. He actually, you know, he taught me what confidence was and like what fear actually is. So he taught me what that was. But like, firstly, in your mind, like, you know, were you aware that fear is a learned trait or no? It's fine if not.
No, but when I look back, yes, it makes sense.
Because like when you were younger as well, like the reason why people eat things off the ground when they're little kids and they just eat things off the ground, they're not scared of the consequences, is because they haven't learned to be scared of the consequences. But their parents teach them that it's not okay. So for me, like when I was working with my mentor as well, like he taught me what fear was. And I found that I had learned fear through literally my childhood and what I was going through. Like when I was 16, I had things going on in my life. Like overall, when I was 16, I went through a tough time with the friends around me, like getting picked on, things like that. And that's just me being vulnerable. Like, you know, that's where I learned fear. I just didn't feel like I was good enough or worthy enough, which is, you know, I lived my life from the age of 16, I'm 22, you know, with the same fear to fail or the fear of judgment, right? It was learned. And he said, like, where would you be if you never had that fear? So for you, like, when you say you're afraid to lose, where do you feel like that comes from in your life?
Probably the castings. Right now it's Fashion Week, and it's my 6th season. Like once per year, like per year, you have 2 seasons in the spring and in autumn, and you have like 50 castings in that one week, and like Sunday, Saturday, and then during the whole rest of the year, you still have castings like every week, almost every day, and you hear a lot of no. And so often, I thought I was so close of getting a show, a job, ending up not getting it, and maybe it's, you know. Maybe that's part of it. Yeah. And
that translates to your business life as well. Like when you're afraid of hearing the no and when you're afraid of like losing, like that translates to you taking risk and you doing what you need to do, right? Like, you know, I was going to say, you know, where do you feel like confidence comes from as well for you? Because, you know, it's about you feeling this sense of profoundness, right? And having confidence in yourself and having confidence. Where do you feel like that comes from?
I feel like that comes from reading. When I, before I moved to Paris, and I moved from Germany here to Paris. Yeah. And I was very, very young. And I just didn't, as that child that you talked about, I just didn't thought about the consequences. I just thought, okay, whatever, the worst thing that can happen is that I move back because it didn't work out, but it worked out and I was like working a lot and I still am. And I was also reading a lot. Yeah. For example, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, you probably know that one. And I was reading it like 3-4 times already. And I think that gave me a lot of confidence because I was a good student. Everything that I did just worked out. Like I thought about it and it just worked. So this year, I'm really like trying to get back into that. Okay, if I'm putting something to my mind, I'm going to make it work. Yeah. That was like back then, even though it wasn't easy. Yeah.
So your confidence came from within you because you put in the work, right? Like when it comes to confidence, like you put in the work through reading to gain confidence. Like, have you ever thought that, you know, you having this fear of losing, right, is because you place your confidence on the external of you, like you are only confident on the condition of being accepted when you do a modeling show. Like that is when you get confidence. And like the fact that you get a no your confidence shatters because you place your confidence on the external, not within yourself. Have you ever thought of it like that?
No, but that makes
Would you agree?
sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Yeah.
Because this is what my mentor taught me. It's like, you know, I was telling myself, I'm only going to be confident when I achieve this. I'm only going to be confident because I achieved this goal for my family, because I want to do this for my family as well. Like, you know, he was saying, I'm only confident. You're telling yourself you're only confident, like, when, you know, you do this and you make this for the family so you can give back to them. But actually, that's, you know, selfish in a way for me, because, you know, me telling myself I'm only confident when I get this is putting myself in guilt and shame now, because, you know, I'm not there yet, and it's guilt and shame in me. And because I'm guilt and shaming myself because my confidence is external and not internal, based on what I'm capable of, like, I'm robbing away the opportunity for my family to see someone great of me and to see someone who gives back to them. So, like, overall, do you know, like, does that make sense?
It makes totally sense. Like, while you were talking, you are really good at explaining, by the way. I was looking, like, I was kind of reflecting about my life, and for YouTube, for example, I was putting in so many hours, you know, making the editing myself, whatever, trying to teach myself all of those tools, but I never really got a lot of views. So I was basing my confidence on the views, and I thought, okay, damn, like, that didn't succeed, so the rest must have been bad. However, I can be still really proud of myself putting in the time, and still, like, 2 years later, being on it. Yeah.
Because this is it, right? Like, you know, you trying and going for that. Like, no, I feel like that would really resonate with you, right? Like, you trying and saying, I will be confident once I see success with YouTube. Like, that's telling yourself, I'm not there yet, and you're guilt and shaming yourself because you're not there yet, right? And you're saying, I will only be confident as a person if I see that success. I'll only be confident as a model when I'm accepted, right? But in reality, right, like, if you're basing your confidence on the external, then how's that real confidence? How is it genuinely real confidence? It isn't. So, and when you guilt and shame yourself because you haven't achieved what you want to achieve, right, instead of knowing that you can be confident because you're capable, right, because you know you're capable of giving back to your family, you know you're capable of being successful in YouTube automation, right? You know you're capable of that. Like, if you place your confidence on what you're capable of, then that's internal, right? And how much stronger is internal confidence compared to external confidence?
You're saying
much stronger. So you think you're being, like, and this is one thing that my mentor shared with me, is like, you know, he said, you think you're being a selfless son because you're telling yourself, I need to push myself to achieve this, achieve that for my family. But that's actually selfish, because I'm guilt and shaming myself, which means I'm not actually getting any results because I'm operating out of guilt and shame. And I'm robbing away the opportunity for my family to see some son that's great, right? And to give back to them. So for you, like, you placing your confidence on the external, right? And saying you can only be confident when you achieve this. Like, have you ever thought that that is drastically slowing you down from seeing success in YouTube automation because you're operating out of guilt and shame and lack?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Or what you genuinely believe?
Well, yes.
Yeah. So, like, knowing that you want to give back to your family because of that, like, how's that fair for them? You place your confidence on the external.
Yes.
How's that fair for them?
Well, they wouldn't know because they don't know that I'm doing this. But of course, yeah, like, it would put, like, pressure on them, because I would kind of expect them. It would kind of make the unconditional love between, like, family would make it kind of conditional, that I think they only love me when I get results in whatever project I'm pursuing. So
when you say, do you feel like they'd only like you or love you, like, when you get results? Really? Genuinely?
Genuinely, no, of course not. But I kind of feel like it's, of course they don't. Of course I could, like, whatever I'm doing right now, just quit and they would still welcome me. But maybe it's a trained habit I got from that fashion industry, because a lot of my friends, when I talk to them, it's friends. It's always like, oh, for who was that casting and for who did you work? It's never just like, oh, which magazine was it? And if you do Elle and not Vogue, you're already like, oh, she did Elle. Okay, no, it's like, it's a lot about who and with which you did and shot, and you see where I'm going. Yeah, no, definitely. And think about this, right? Like, if your mum came to you or your dad came to you and said, like, I'm sorry because, like, I don't feel like I've done enough for you as a mother because I haven't achieved enough for you personally because, you know, of X, Y, Z, like, because I'm struggling with money, you would say, no, of course, I love you as a mum, right? That's not the case, right? You would say that. Yes. So, like, if you're not willing to accept that from your mum, then why would you accept that in your own life? It's true. Right. So, like, where would you be if you lived a life, like, without the programming from the models around you? Like, where would you be in your life if you never had that fear of loss? Like, where would you be now? I think, honestly, I would be in the exact same place, but I would take it so much more chill. Like, I would still thrive for my projects, but I wouldn't look left and right. You probably heard that as well. There are these horses, especially in England, with those caps. So they just focus on the straight way in front of them. Yeah. Sometimes I have the feeling I should just, like, put those on myself as well. Yeah. But in terms of, like, where you would be though as well, you'd be happier, right? Yes, happier. So what needs to change today about, like, our commitment to doing something, making it work for the family? Like, what needs to change today? My mindset, my confidence, my internal confidence, my thinking about basing my confidence about what I'm doing internally instead of putting the confidence on the output. Why today though? Because it's been since 2024. Like, why today, genuinely? Because we have that call, and because there's no other day to waste to be in a set mindset.
Yeah. And if we don't get past it, right, we don't shift this, thing that we need to shift in our mindset, we just push it down the road in terms of this mindset shift, then what happens then? Like, how much potential are we willing on the table? Like, are we leaving on the table that we could use to give back to the parents? Like, what happens then?
Well, the potential would be, there wouldn't be a ceiling, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, if we don't push past this mindset now, then what happens then? If we just kick it down the road?
Well, everything would be the same, like since 2024.
And are you willing to settle for that, honestly? So for you, like, last question as well before we go into it, and I know you've got questions we can go into. When you're with your family, right, and you've given back to them, like, and you're together as a family on holiday, luxury holiday, right, and you're together having dinner, right, and you're looking at who you are through their eyes, in their reflection of their eyes, what sort of daughter would you want them to see?
Damn, you're good. Yeah, really.
It's not about me being good, by the way. It's about you doing this for them, right? But who do you want to see?
I want to see a happy daughter, happy with what she's doing, earning good, of course, but like money is always like, it's a tool, she would be super, like, take her time to be super creative, make her own shootings, make her own short films, probably pursue acting, e-guitar, become a spontaneous rock star.
Yeah. And how much would that be worth to you, honestly?
True. Everything, every minute.
Yeah. I mean, based off what you said, we can definitely help. And I appreciate the vulnerability, right? It's been a really good chat. Hope you've learned something, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I can absolutely walk you through exactly how we can structure things so you can put the family in a better position if you like that. Yeah. If you've got a pen and paper or something to take notes with.
Of course I have.
No dramas. By the way, do you prefer Caroline or Caro? Because your last name is Caro. Caro's perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
No dramas. But yeah, overall I can walk you through it now. But yeah, like, I love having these conversations. Like, I learned that from my mentor, and I thought that'd be really, really beneficial for you to go through. Like, confidence is just, everything you need in life. If there's nothing else you get from life, the most important thing for me personally, genuinely, is just having the confidence and just being unapologetic with what you want. So yeah, in terms of the Faceless Launchpad, right, like, this is direct mentorships, your first 10K month, using this system, right? And this whole process is designed basically for it not to be just recycled information. So, there's a lot of stigma in the space, basically, with, people recycling strategies and things like that. These are battle-tested strategies that you can use from people who are in the trenches right now doing YouTube automation, tested across hundreds of different channels, right? So it's not just watch and hope, like, it's active implementation support. So direct mentorship every step of the way. I would say, based on the conversations I've had, like, the biggest reason why people fail is because of information overload. So there's so much free information online with YouTube automation. Like, with the nature of it being YouTube automation, there's so many YouTube videos teaching you how to do it. So realistically, like, there's just so much information, you can easily get confused. And everyone just goes down the rabbit hole, right? And there's no clear direction, right? People are unfocused, and there's no feedback as well. So to prevent this, basically, Leo's got a system in place. It's 3 pillars. Initially, we give you a roadmap so we can prevent guesswork there. Pillar 2 is the one-on-one coaching side of things, so we can, check in on you and see how you're doing. And then pillar 3 is access to the community and the experts. All making sense so far?
The roadmap, is it going to be literally like step 1 you do this, step 2 you do this, or nice? Okay, perfect.
Good question. Yeah. So for the roadmap, yes, it will be step 1 you do this, step 2 you do that. When it comes to working with a mentor, like, and how I approach the conversation with us today is, a mentor doesn't just teach you what to do, but they teach you how to see. So, like, it's not just about, us telling you, do that, do this. We will, right? But it's a very cheesy phrase. If you catch a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man a fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So if we tell you what to do, yes, we will. And you can follow the instructions right from there. Like, it's a proven process. Like, we don't just want to catch you a fish by giving you instructions, but we want to teach you how to fish. And teaching you how to fish is teaching you how to see. And Leo gives you that perspective, right? Because he's, in the trenches doing it right now. If you adopt his perspective, that means that you can operate through, his actions and his beliefs towards running the business, which is why I wanted to, have a conversation today about confidence and, like, the fear of loss and where that came from, because I'm offering a new perspective in your life. So you can take that and see results, because our perspective influences the results and the actions we get. Does that all make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. You sure?
Yes.
Nice one.
Yeah. If I would put it into my own words, it's, no matter, like, if you wake up each day, you have to think each day, but you can also, like, choose if you think negatively or positively. But the day is not going to change, but it does change if your mindset.
Yeah.
It's looking for positive things. Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah. Thanks.
In summary, it's not just what to do, but it's teaching you how to see, so you can do it yourself. Overall, first step is the framework. So we don't want any guesswork every step of the way. The nature of YouTube is it's an algorithm, right? And you can crack the algorithm with a formula, right? And Leo's got the formula. So, like, in terms of the company you're running now, like, have you got any particular niche? Like, you mentioned you have different, like, you went into fashion.
Yes. I actually was writing down a list of niches that I really like. I tried to do niche research before. At the moment, I really want, like, as my passion, it would be the history of fashion brands, like, how did Prada get so successful, how did Saint Laurent get so successful, etc. However, I'm also really interested into the luxury travel niche, but also health, like longevity or French. But those are interests. I would quit them if you tell me, okay, they are not worth to pursue.
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely work through that. Like, Leo gives you a checklist regarding like how to ensure that a niche is likely to be profitable before we go and start making videos so we can save time. But he's got a list of vetted, done for you niches that you can choose, and each and every one he selected through his checklist, right? So does it have this requirement, that requirement, that requirement? So you can select a niche through there, but it'll also give you that checklist for you to double check the niches that you have right now to ensure they're actually profitable. Yes. From there it's about like channel setup and optimization, so everything's squared away from day one, and then it's about monetization and automation. So we can build a real business that actually becomes passive, so we can pivot out of the current job that we do in modeling, and then from there, if we need to, we can have digital products alongside what we're doing. Like that's another form of income that you can get as well, another diversified stream. Any questions on that?
No.
No worries.
Very clear.
No drama. So pillar 2 is the one-on-one coaching. So I feel like this would really be a game changer for offering you a new perspective, right? And through that perspective, like that means you can operate on a different level in terms of like your understanding and view of the world, which means your actions change. So bi-weekly private calls. So these are community calls with Leo and Nav. Nav's the head coach at 40K a month of this business in YouTube automation now, and you can attend them. They're a tight-knit community of people. It's only like 50 people in the inner circle, like 50 to 100 people, but not everyone turns up to the calls because a lot of people just learn the information already. So it's a tight-knit group basically, and you can speak with the people there. Plus, you can get real feedback and corrections from the head coaches on those calls, so you can correct mistakes before they happen or as they're happening to save time. And a bit of an interesting one, Leo has a 24/7 AI robot coach. It's like ChatGPT Leo, and it's coded with questions and like questions Leo's got on coaching calls. So it's like having a ChatGPT version of Leo in your back pocket.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, really cool.
So super helpful stuff. Final step is access to the community, right? So the community's tight knit and everyone gets along, right? Like you can network with other people as well who are in a similar position. And yeah, just there's a bit of a like being in an environment that you want to be around, like knowing that you've been speaking to models around you and the models have said like, has this person got into this magazine? Has that person got into that magazine? Like your environment affects you massively, right? So
the 5 people you surround yourself with, right?
Exactly. So you can surround yourself with more positive people, and that's going to rub off on you. So it's going to make you feel better and more motivated day to day. But also you get access to the freelancers as well. So basically, no need to go down the rabbit hole of just finding someone on Fiverr, and spending ages and ages doing it, and they're not even qualified. You can just tap into Leo's network. But that's that really. Those are the 3 steps. I'm not going to bore you too much with like the details. I know you've seen the videos and the testimonials and things like that. But you can see, it actually does work. Like the system works. People get like 9.2 million views in a year with 110K revenue. But yeah, like we know it works, right? You've seen these videos as well, but these are guys that you can network with as well, and they're more positive than the people around you right now. Like you can, learn from them and ask them questions. But if they've got 2 eyes and a nose like you, then why can't you do the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. I thought the same. Like I was watching those videos and I remembered one of them said he knew the system works, but he didn't drive results. And he was wondering, why does everyone else do it, but he not? And I thought, damn, why am I not doing it yet? So that's a really convincing point, as well as the freelancer database you have. That's when you were going through that doc right now, I was like, damn, yeah, that was also like one big thing where I thought, yes, it's just going to save so much time, and time is money.
Definitely, 100%. So that's that. Like in summary, it's a 3-step process really with a clear roadmap, personal mentorship, and improvement system. So I mean, based off what we said and also the conversation we had just before, any other questions? Genuinely, just want to make sure we're fully there.
The course is for 4 months or 6 months, right?
Yeah. So the coaching is 3 months, and access to the course is 6.
Okay, got it. What if after the coaching I'm not driving the results?
When you said you had fear of loss,
okay,
I'd say that's coming up again.
Yeah. Okay, I see the point. Then would you agree it's the fear of loss speaking again? It's true, actually, yeah.
So if the fear of loss has held us back from helping our parents, right, in the past, why would you let it speak again?
True. I think that's a habit I just have to catch myself. But yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes, like on the two more questions. The one is I was bumping on this whole course because of a video about VidRush, and in that video Leo said that this is like the one tool that he's using at the moment as well, and there's an access code. Is that still a thing, or?
Oh, an access code. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand.
It's like an access code to VidRush, and VidRush is like one of those AI tools. I was just curious about. But if you have yes.
Oh, with VidRush. So an access code to get like a discount on VidRush.
No, just to get into VidRush, because apparently it's like it's very exclusive. But if you don't know about it, don't worry. We can check that out once I'm in the course.
Yeah, no
the other question would be, I saw like the pricing is between 3 and 5K, where I like on the website. But I also saw the plus 5K, and I wanted to ask you: is the course, does it has one pricing, or is it like that you get access to the course, and if you want to have like more one-on-one coaching, you just pay the 5K? How does it? Of
course, I'm happy to go into the different options. There's 3. Yes. Investment aside and pricing aside. Do you genuinely feel like this would be the answer for you? Genuinely?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So knowing that, like, there's 3 different options. Basically, the first is 9K, and that's 3K for 3 months as a minimum. That's the most premium option. So, like, that's the most one-on-one stuff you can get, right?
Okay.
It's everything we've covered, but you also get literal one-on-ones with Leo and Nav. So, like, one-on-ones where it's like it alternates each week. It's, you know, one week it's Nav for a one-on-one, and then the next week it's a 2-on-1 with Leah and Nav on the same call, plus 24/7 access to them through WhatsApp. So that's the most premium option. I don't feel like that's the best option for you. It could be, but it depends on how you feel. But it's primarily for like YouTube automation agency owners at like 5-10K a month or more, and they want to really scale. But that's a minimum of 3 months. Does that make sense first before the other options?
Yes, it makes sense.
The 5.8K is the next option. So that's US dollars as well. And you get access to everything we covered today, but not the one-on-ones with Nav and Leo, but you get a call once every 2 weeks with your accountability coach and 24/7 access to that accountability coach as well. So it is more one-on-one, but it's more one-on-one than the lower option, but it's less one-on-one than the premium option, right? And then the final option is 2.8K US dollars. And yeah, like it's everything, but it's just the group coaching. It's not the one-on-one stuff.
Okay. And the group coaching is how often per month?
Twice a week.
Nice. Okay. Twice a week is good.
Yeah. So
nice.
Overall, there's the 2.8 and the 5.8 and the 9. But any questions on those different options as well? Does that all make sense?
No, it's all clear actually. Yeah, like on the group calls, I could just submit my videos as well and ask how the audience likes it. Okay, nice.
Which do you feel like? Sorry, say again.
Now I was just wondering if I choose first the 2.8 option, and then I can always level up if I feel like, okay, now I'm ready to just go level high. Is that possible as well?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, which do you feel like would resonate most with you? Which option?
For now, the 2.8, but money is not a problem to me, so I'm open to level up sooner or later.
Yeah. No dramas. Next steps are super simple, by the way. We basically just process the 2.8. Once that's squared away, give you access to Andrea. She's the onboarding coach. You have a one-on-one with her and you meet her. She's really nice. You like her. And then, yeah, she gives you access to everything and we can just square that away. So, yeah, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, I'd love to.